So you don't know how to lay a wax strip, especially on them dry legs that your clients keep bringing to you. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that and how to keep the wax moisturized enough so that when you pull it up, it comes up with ease and it's not doing no cracking, no breaking, or nothing like that. And if that sounds like you, and if you're having some of these problems, definitely stick around. I can teach you exactly how to get through it.
Hello guys, I'm the test dummy for today for these leg demonstrations.
This is Delaney, Lil Sis, Lil Lane, never played with her. So we're going to be doing lower leg wax, and so I'm definitely going to show you how to do it because I don't think she owns lotion.
I have very dry legs, so I'm the perfect one for this.
And she swears by EOS, and
that ain't no lotion, that's for fragrance.
it's strictly for fragrance, I promise you. If you get it, like, you have to buy the oil to go with it, because if not, I give you 2 minutes and you're dry as the desert. Don't play with them. Today we're going to be using hard wax, and we're also going to be using the roll-on wax stick. If you've never seen a roll-on wax stick, this is basically what it looks like, and it comes in these type of cartridges, or you can buy them. These are the warmers for them. I got these from Amazon. It comes in a pack of, I think the lowest it comes in is a 1 pack. You can literally just get one by itself. I got a 3-pack because once you use this on one person, it has to go in the trash. You can literally have just used this much. It needs to go in the trash. Don't be dirty. And all of the wax that we will be using today is from Waxness. I will gladly leave a little link to the different waxes that I did use today in my Amazon storefront, so you can gladly just click the link in the description and you can go ahead and just get whatever your heart desires. Now I will say my client for the day does have a birthmark right here, so if you see like this big red mark, nobody burnt her. She's not being abused. She's perfectly fine. She's just different. So because it is a larger area, we're definitely going to use a paper towel, and we're not going to be shy at all with the actual cleanser itself, because we want to make sure we're working on a clean surface. And one of the best things to remember when it comes to waxing legs, always recommend, or even if you put it in like your description on your website, tell them to exfoliate the night before. Because if they exfoliate the night before, not only would it help with the actual waxing process itself, because it'll eliminate a lot of the dead skin that has built up on them dry legs that you're about to work with tomorrow. So it's just the next thing is oil. You're going to be generous with the oil. Now I'm not sitting here saying lather them up like baked ham or nothing, but you definitely want to get a good little amount on there so where you can see a shine once you're done. And what that oil does is it puts a thin coating between the skin of like moisturizing it, so when the wax does get laid, it doesn't stick directly to that dry skin, and then it like automatically, because when the skin itself is dry, it sucks the moisture out of the wax itself. So that's why you get all of the cracking and the breaking and stuff. Now we're going to season them like some chicken. So you're not going to be too crazy with the actual, baby powder, whatever you choose to use or whatever, right? Just because it's going to take away from the oil itself. So for this demonstration, because we're using 2 different waxes, I'm going to use one leg to do strictly hard wax, and then I'll use the other leg to do all like the roll-on soft wax. Okay, so when it comes to your wax for the hard wax, you always want to make sure that everything is a great temperature. Now let's say, for example, as you know, I use 2 different waxes. So this is my cream wax. I make sure it's at a good temperature, because the thicker or like the better the temperature itself, the easier it is to kind of pick up more wax. So even with this wax, I can pick up basically the whole front side of the leg. And even with this one, now me personally, I don't like to use the honey like texture wax on legs, again, because it is one of those drier spots. So I'm not a fan of putting that on legs. So this is how much wax we're going to put on the leg itself. And she did recently shave. When the last time you shaved?
Like 2 weeks ago.
So she shaved about 2 weeks ago. How's that temperature?
That's fine.
So because she shaved about 2 weeks ago, we should have enough hair here just to kind of do a good demonstration. So even right here where it is just a little bit thinner, that's completely fine. Ooh, because it's coming right back up. See? It went down easy, came up easy. We had no break in. Right here, it broke a little bit. And then, you know, get your... You want to... But it's like, for her to have shaved 2 weeks ago, like I said, the hairs are stubble right now. So, this was actually a pretty great wax. And, sorry, sis. We're going to make this cooking easy for you, I promise.
Oh, my word. I had to brace for impact. I did.
We done got through just about the whole... Now, like I said, because she did shave, and it did kind of... Because it was a little bit of oil residue right here, it didn't go down as smooth as I would have liked it. But again, I had so much wax, I could have easily just went over on the opposite. Like, I could have went over it with the wax that was still lingering on this side. So it was completely okay. So I'm going to do one more. Oopsies, we dropped some wax. It's okay. Even if you ever drop wax, just put a paper towel down just so the client doesn't get it stuck to like their pants leg or anything like that. But it's completely fine. And we're working with so much of it at a time. Again, it's completely fine. One thing you don't never want to do is just be like, oh my God! Don't stress out. And you see how I don't hesitate when I pull? Like, get it and go, girl. Get it and go. Don't be having that lady. Like, imagine me sitting it right here, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry it hurt. I should smack you. Like, what are you doing? Just do one more on this side just to kind of get this angle for it. And then, as you see, and I also don't put too much of an angle, like pressure on it, because typically you'll kind of slide it down like this. I kind of go right at that 90-degree angle just to really get that wax down on there, because I want it to be able to spread as far as I can get it. And then even when you spread it as far as you can, and see, when you put the oil on, you get spaces like this, but that's nothing that a cleanup strip can't fix. Checking my temperature to make sure everything is dry enough for me to kind of pull it all up. I had to pause really quickly. She was saying, like, when you have a really great wax too, especially when like I said, that cream wax base is always so much better. And I'm trying to get as close as I possibly can. We got a really great strip just off the first two pulls. And if you can see how, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll try to get like a better picture, like behind the scenes type of thing. But the hair is coming up great. So now we are going to transition into that soft wax side. I've never used this one before, obviously, like I said, because it needs to go in the trash after every use. So when you first get it, again, it's the cartilage that comes inside of this little thing. I'm gonna just pull this strip off. It's the tape that kind of goes over the rolling. And they always recommend when you first open it, just so you're not terrorizing your clients or nothing like that, because, you know, be nice, be nice. They always say to kind of just like, to get the wax to come out, roll it on the wax stick, and that's how it looks as you roll it. So you want to make sure that, like, you know, the rolling part of it is kind of covered. That's it. So with this one, you always want to remember that you're taking it and you're just going down. That's all you're doing with it. Like, you're just going to roll it down the leg. And as you see, it can kind of just, it just covers. You want to do more of like a thinner coat, but I'm just trying to get the color to come out so you can really see what I'm doing. And even still, like, depending on what your preference is, like if you are a speed waxer, you can go really quickly with this. Like, she's about to hate me, but that's okay. So, of course, you're going to put it on. Just like how you would do any other type of soft wax. Next strip. And then...
This one hurt a little bit more than this one. That's all I'm going to say. You feel this one more than that one.
That Now for this part, I did just want to show you exactly how it would look to be able to pick up enough wax and be able to wax like a whole entire section versus you doing smaller sections or anything like that. And still kind of just keeping that same motion of having the wax stick kind of angled at a proper angle to push more of the wax downward so that you can force the wax and maneuver the wax to your own ability. And as you can see, I was able to cover her entire back leg with just the one strip of wax, or the one amount of wax that I had. And look at the size of the strip itself. Like, we basically completed her whole back leg, and all we have to do is possibly like a cleanup strip or anything like that. And at this point, because the way that her leg hair grows on the very top half of her calf, the hair itself does not grow basically at all. And then closer to like the sides and down at the bottom, that's where I was starting to see a lot more hair growth, even growing in certain directions. So just to kind of wrap everything up, always remember that you want to cleanse the area, obviously. Remind your clients to do a good little exfoliation before they come to their appointments. Even have products. Even if you can't offer something in the room, create you like an Amazon storefront. Put all of your favorite products in there because everybody's on Amazon. Give them a way so that they can kind of just have a quick and easy space where they can buy the stuff that they need to have a more successful service. Even with once they've exfoliated, once you've done your cleansing, once you've done, your good application of oil without drenching the skin, just enough to kind of have like a shine to the skin itself. Then you're going to put the wax on. You're going to put a little bit of powder on. Like, the ratios of oil to wax should be like 2-1. I don't know but just have a good amount of wax on to where the skin itself has a shine, like a glisten to it. Then you're gonna put some powder on, whether that's the because I know sometimes people use, I can't remember what it's called. I'll figure it out later. But again, put a little bit of powder on, and then you lay your wax. Always use, pro tip, always use the back of your hand to check the temperature of the wax itself. If you are not using the back of your hand and you're using the front, remember, the front of your hand has that body temperature that's going to keep the wax warm. So when you're going to push on it, all it's going to do is keep it warm. Use the back side of your hand. It doesn't have that, the regular heat to it. So like, when you sweat, your palms sweat. The back of your hand ain't sweating. So you will always use the back of your hand to check the temperature of the wax to see if it's still wet or if it's dried or not. Only do the bottom, like the lip part of the wax itself. Tap that part, pull it up. You're done. And it's honestly that simple. If you ever run into problems, you have to remember to be a quick thinker. It's wax. It's going to dry. I'd rather you sit here and have that wax dried and pulled up than it's sitting there dried hard and crinkled looking a mess. No. If it went down wrong, it gotta still come up regardless. Rather it come up more smooth than it coming up trifling. So just remember just to be a quick thinker. Always exfoliate, always moisturize, always drill that to your client's head. And I promise you, every single service that you ever have, it does not matter what it is, Brazilian underarms, arms, fingers, tips, toes, I don't care. It's going to always be a much more pleasurable experience if they're exfoliating at home. Aftercare is one of the biggest tips, along with using the back of your hand. And I hope that this was helpful. Thank you again for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.